back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz. This is the week 3 wrap-up today.
Already here.
I know, crazy, right, Coach Josh? And today, though, we have a real special guest. We have a special co-host for the wrap-up, Mr. Chris Johnson of DCA head coach. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having us.
We're really excited to have you, man. We want to have your expert analysis on some of these games here.
Okay.
But first, we're going to start with your team, man. You guys are off to a fast start, 3-0. I mean, you guys are opening some eyes. You're not really surprising me because I knew what you had under the hood, but you guys seem to be doing it the right way. How are you feeling about your start, Coach?
I'm really excited, man. It starts with a great staff and great kids, and we have that. We're one of the few teams in the Valley that has tackle football program, and then we added a youth football program, which is kind of turned into a feeder. That's been absolutely amazing. So those kids are getting used to our system, getting used to our style, right? And we're running it all the way through. So, but on the offense side of the ball, man, you got Ernie, and you got Roy, and you got Henry and George Thomas. Those are 4 dudes that are the real dude. They can coach anywhere. Real good coaches.
Shout out to those guys. They're real good. And I can vouch. I've coached with them before. They're excellent. So it starts with their staff, right?
Yeah, start with the staff. And what I love about our offensive staff is we make you cover 52 wide, right? And you got to cover the whole field. Yeah. That's the hard thing for a defense, right? To cover the whole width of the field, and we can hit you up top. And we're not just a passing team. We'll run it.
Yeah.
The big boys up front will get after it. Yeah. So I'm really excited where we're headed out right now.
That's awesome, man. Well, you guys are coming off a huge win, man. Huge win this week. Desert Mirage. It was a big game. Probably one of your tougher games initially, right? You kind of want to break down how that went.
100%. I was mad at our AD when I seen our first 3 games. You know, we have a ton of freshmen that are playing. I don't care how good you are. They're still freshmen, right? Young, going against 17, 18-year-old young men.
Right.
So our even 29 Palms when we started, they had a big front. We went out to Riverside a couple weeks ago. They had a big front. And DM is solid up front, bro.
They got some big guys.
Right? Oh, my. Their center is huge. I think he's about 285. The first play they touched the ball, I think they went for 60 on the quick trap.
Oh, really?
Oh, bro.
Trap.
Oh, man, it was sweet. I told our 3 technique all week long. I said, hey, they're going to run quick trap, and they hit it fast. Yeah. First play of the game, number 7, boom, popped out. Gone. I was like, here we go. Their formula is to run the ball and to keep you off the field. We didn't touch the ball in the second quarter.
Really? The whole quarter
we did not touch the ball in the second quarter. They ran the ball all the way down. We stopped them right before halftime. The clock ran out. They got down to like the 5-yard line.
Wow.
They got after it, bro. They got after it. They were big. They were physical. Yeah, don't let the score fool you.
What was the score at halftime, Coach? I believe it was real close, right?
It was 12-6 at halftime.
Yeah, it wasn't really till the third quarter till we kind of started separating. How'd you guys kind of separate from them? I mean, they were sitting on the ball, just running it, right?
Yeah, we got the ball. We made some adjustments. Like I said, they were running trap. They were coming back with counter, which they do a good job. We did them twice in passing league, and we knew they weren't going to throw the ball. They're a running team, but they can throw it. Yeah. Right? They got us on a 4th down bomb play. Yeah, we were stacking the box all night long. Yeah. We had the free safety up. Yeah. So we hit a couple big plays, and our freshman quarterback stepped up, bro. He scored 3 times, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, Mauro stepped up, man. He's playing really good. They do a good job. Yeah, they did. And then Nathaniel Guerrero came in after halftime because our starting running back, Cash Scott, ended up getting hurt. He got a face mask that twisted his helmet around, so we had to take him to the ER. So yeah, it was pretty serious. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be available for us next week. But Nathaniel Guerrero, he showed out, man. He's
freshman too.
Freshman.
So you have an all freshman backfield back there.
Yeah. Then Judah Garrison had 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
He's the number 53rd ranked player in California for his class.
Wow.
Yeah.
So putting up some numbers.
Yeah. That's Judah has 5 touchdowns in 3 games.
So was it just big plays that kind of separated you at the end? That's what I kind of figured looking at the game because I thought Desert Mirage would give you guys a little bit of trouble just running just because their size.
Yes.
It was going to be your guys' big play ability to kind of separate, and that's kind of what happened, right?
When you're young and you're small, the name of the game is to get up by 2 scores. Right? You're trying to get by 2 scores. So we had a 6-point lead at half. We came out and we scored. If you get that next stop, now you put an opportunity on them where do we really commit to the run game or do we try to get back into it?
With the pass, which they're not good at.
Yes. So. Yeah. So we were able to put together some stops, and then our offense just got rolling, right? That's what that offense is about. If you give it touches, sooner or later it's going to get going.
Yeah.
And it got going.
And it got going.
It got
right
going.
At the right time, too.
At the right time. I was happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, your defense has been solid. I think the last week it was pretty solid.
Yeah, who's getting all those tackles?
The
18 tackles
Pazos
a game?
brothers, man, those guys are studs. I've seen them since the youth level.
Let me tell you
those
something.
Guys are studs.
I don't get a chance to get out and watch a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I heard about the kid at Palm Springs. I know Xavier got a couple kids. But Mauro Pazos is the real deal. I've seen some great players throughout my time. Mauro Pazos will play college football one day.
That's awesome.
He had 20 tackles last week.
20.
You remember?
He played,
yeah.
we moved him to will linebacker. We had 5 starters out, so he played will
So he's on the
linebacker.
weak
He's on the weak side.
We cover him up.
Getting
Three
that many
technique.
tackles.
Yes, we cover him up. He's junior sale on
they're
Derek
not
Brooks. He
even-
plays behind that 3 tech.
Wow.
And
okay.
this past week, he had to play 3 tech. He'll go back to his normal down safety position, but he could play the deep ball. He can cover man to man. He even had a sack. I put him at a 3 technique, and we ran an exit stunt where you shoot the end and bring the 3 technique around. He got a sack off that.
Wow.
He's smart. I
gets
take
it.
no credit at that. It's Pazos' legacy.
Right.
His dad
I
is a
mean,
great coach.
No, that whole family they just breed linebackers.
Yes,
man. They just have.
And the
linebackers
youngest
in
one
their
coming
blood.
up right now is, I think, the 6th rated for his class in the country. Alex is the 6th rated linebacker in the country right now.
I've had
Watch out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the Pazos guys are legit. And Coach, you did a great job, man. Came out with that big victory. That's a huge victory, man. For
We
the
had that
school.
one. We had that one circled because DM gives us trouble. Last year we only got them by a touchdown. The year before that they beat us.
They play hard.
They're big and
Yep.
they're physical, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely had a circle.
Big public school, man.
Yeah.
So you know you're gonna get some big athletes out there.
Yes.
And DCA, man. Once again, my prediction holds true on this show, people. DCA is going on a run this year. Everybody's
Beating the
saying,
drum early.
everybody's saying, man, everybody's saying I'm a homer, but hey,
Yeah.
I know what they got, man. I'm a football guy. I've seen these kids since they were little, so. Great
appreciate
job,
it.
Coach, man. I think
Good win.
sky's the limit. Big win, man.
Thank
Big
you.
win,
This week.
man.
Thank you. San Jacinto Academy.
Okay.
They throw it around.
So we're gonna move on to the game of the week. That Coach Josh's game of the week was Palm Springs versus CV out at CV High School, man. Out in the Date Gardens out there. Palm Springs, man. We talked about this last week. They're on a roll, man.
Efficient offense.
That offense. So 9 possessions.
9
How
for
about this,
9.
Coach? 9 possessions, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yes.
First 9 possessions. I mean, that's like a pitcher throwing a perfect game.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, 61-27 is the final in that score, and Palm Springs, man, I'm telling you, they are putting on a show.
Yeah.
What do you
Battle tested. It was. I got to watch the game. It was interesting. I think I like the defensive coordinator from Palm Springs.
Coach Brown?
Yeah, Coach
He's been
Brown.
doing it forever,
for
man.
a long
He's
time. I
a
remember
great
those
DC,
articles in the paper about him buying the team donuts every time they.
Get a shutout?
yeah, get
I
a
stole
shutout.
that from him. I
Yeah,
stole that
yeah,
from
no, I
him.
love
For
that.
sure. I
That's
stole
cool.
that
That's
from
cool.
him.
But
all
it was
the time.
interesting. He came out in a 40 his first series, and Coachella Valley popped one touchdown. He comes out again in a 40, they pop another one, different kid. And then he switches it to a 30, and then they shut him down. Shut him down. So a little bit of adjustments just helped. And then he went back to a 40. They got 10-yard run. He goes, I'm going back to 30. So it was interesting as a chess match watching that game. It was quite fun. Coachella Valley, on their hand, they didn't really adjust. They just kept staying in their 30. And I, sometimes you get rigid in your system, and that's what we're going to get. That's what we're going to run. But I thought the game was just that little bit of flexibility on the defense was what gave the edge to Palm Springs. Because Coachella Valley, they have teeth, man. They scored some big,
guys, man.
they had some big plays, and just hats off to Coach Brown on that defense.
Yeah, I think initially it was a
Keeping them in
pretty
check.
close game, but it
Yeah, it
like
was-
second, third quarter, Palm
Yeah.
Springs just exploded, and Bishop Miller led them to 9
Very
straight
efficient.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
He's got
man.
full control over that
Yeah,
offense.
I mean, Palm Springs is turning out to be, I don't know if it's a surprise, but they're just off to a much better start. Last year they got beat up early and it kind of snowballed for them.
Yeah, last year they played some really good games early on. They were very efficient. You kind of saw hints of this, but this year's just next level. I think
And they're healthy.
they're healthy.
They're healthy. That's the key, man. High school football, you got to stay healthy, man. So, hey, Palm Springs Indians, man, watch out. I'm thinking they're starting to show that they might be the top of the class here in the Valley. We'll see. It's a long way to go. That's why they play the games, but very impressive, man. So shout out to the Indians. They're looking really good. Another interesting matchup. This is Coach Josh's game. La Quinta 36, Citrus Valley 20.
Yeah,
La
it
Quinta's
was a good
home
game.
opener, man.
Yeah, it was a good game. I got to go and watch it. La Quinta, they fell down 14-0 really fast. The quarterback for Citrus Valley was very good, man, and he was scrappy. He's running around making plays, and but hats off to La Quinta. They were able to move the ball and make a comeback. And I really felt as the game was going, it was like which quarterback was going to win the game. The quarterback, Citrus Valley, was trying to put the game on his back. Ansley was putting the game on his back, and at the very end,
Ansley pulled it out.
Oh
man.
yeah, he did a really good job moving the ball, keeping the sticks moving, and they executed, and pulled out the W.
It was a really close game, though, in the first half, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't La Quinta down? Like,
Yeah,
was it 14-6?
14-6
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, La Quinta was not no pushover game.
No, they
Citrus
were
Valley
good.
was
They were
pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're very good.
I think they just kind of ran out of gas in the second half,
They
right?
looked
La Quinta,
a little
did La Quinta go
tired.
like 29-0 on them? Like a big
Yeah,
run?
29-0. Yeah, they went 29 unanswered points.
Yeah.
They were moving the ball all well, and then defensively they were stuffing them, and then they give up that big play. So they had a couple breakdowns in the secondary. I'm sure they'll get that figured out, but.
And a big game for quarterback Roman Ansley, man. He had a great game.
Much improved from last year.
He put that offense on his back in the second
He
half,
did.
right?
He really did. Yeah.
I mean, that kid did a great job, and he did what great quarterbacks do: go out there and win games, man. So
hats off to him.
Awesome job, man.
Blackhawks.
Moving on to our next featured game here. Yucaipa comes down to Shadow Hills and gets a victory, 45-20. So this is Shadow Hill's first loss of the year.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it last week. I mean, this is a big step up in competition for Shadow Hills. They kind of played some teams that they should have beat. Now they're kind of getting into the teeth of their schedule. And Yucaipa, man, we know Yucaipa very well.
Yeah.
They've been coming to this valley for 50 years to play
I
valley
when I was a
teams.
kid.
Yeah, me too,
They're a
man.
very strong program.
Very strong.
We're going to get another chance at them, too. They play 2 other desert teams this year. I can't remember which ones.
They play 29.
Yeah,
they play Palm Desert next week, and
I think
we'll
they play Palm
to
Desert.
that. We'll get to that in the next segment.
So
but,
we'll get desert football. We'll get another crack at Yucaipa. They're good. They executed their offense very well. I haven't seen Shadow Hills play this year, so I was interested to watch them. Kind of didn't get that high-powered offense going in the first half, but in the second half, you started to see what the hype's about, and they started to move the ball, and I can see how they put up so many points the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So Yucaipa's got a pretty good quarterback too.
Yeah,
they got
good
a
running.
guy.
The quarterback could scoot, man.
Yeah.
He's fast.
That guy, I've followed that guy since the youth days, and he's
really?
He's a pretty good guy. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be one of those guys probably playing college somewhere. So Shadow Hills comes in and they get their first loss of the season, 45-20. I think they'll be ready for next week. Coach Palmer have them ready, but little reality check. You're never as good as you think you are sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's high school football, man.
You win or you learn.
Yeah, that's it, man. So moving on, Rancho Mirage versus Tockwitz. That score ends up being Rancho Mirage 42, Tockwitz 16. But that score is very deceiving because the halftime score on that game was 35-0 Rancho. Rancho came out and kind of boat raced them in the first half, and
Heard they got their passing game going a little bit more this week.
Yeah, Julian Hernandez is back there slinging the rock. I think Rancho, man, just stick on the theme of talent, man. Those guys just got so much talent, man. And Jeremiah Johnson, I mean, that guy's a stud.
Hook still out.
Noah Hook, I think he may still be out. So the kid that's been filling in for him is Chase Miller, and he's actually a converted receiver, and he's putting up big numbers. Yeah, he's been putting up some big numbers in that role. So maybe they move Noah Hook somewhere at this point, but I don't. I think they can probably share the ball. But Rancho Mirage, a pretty impressive performance at home.
I knew Coach Matthews be getting that offense going, man. It
Yeah.
takes a little bit of time sometimes, and then once you get it dialed in, it's fun to watch. So.
Right. That Rancho team, man, watch out, because I know they got some younger kids on the younger levels, and those kids haven't even came up yet. Yes. So
gotta have a good feeder program.
They've riches of talent over there. So, but those are good problems to have. And then another game we got is Lakeside versus 29 Palms. 29 Palms second game of the season. Coach, 29 Palms. They went out and on the road on their first game and lost 45-8. So, another kind of game where they kind of got to find an identity and get back to the basics. But I think 29 Palms, once they get to that league schedule, they're going to be real competitive in that new league that's being formed.
They always have good athletes up there.
Yeah, and I think, sometimes it just takes a couple games to get your feet under you, get an identity. So we're looking for 29 Palms to be real competitive in that league. And then lastly, the Thursday game, and this one maybe Coach can speak to because he knows these teams very well. Yucca Valley goes into Cat City 55 and gets a win 55-8 over Cat City at home, Coach. So what do you think happened in that game, Coach? You know these teams pretty well.
Not surprised at all. We went against Yucca during the summertime in sevens and with our big boys. Their line is big, is physical, and they're coached really, really well. Cat City has some good linemen, but I'm sure Yucca probably won that line of scrimmage battle. So they'll get it turned around. Coach knows what he's doing up there. I've had a couple communications with him. They do a good job up there.
Very well coached, right? That's the same thing you said about Yucca Valley.
Yeah,
They're pretty well coached.
Well coached. You know, there's not a lot of confusion going on. They line up and run their stuff as hard as they can. As a coach, that's all you can ask of your kids.
Yeah.
They do it right up there, yeah.
Yeah. And on the Cat City side, I know they lost a couple guys, and they're real thin to begin with. So I think it's just going to be just managing their health and trying to get ready for league. I think that's going to be kind of the goal. So Cat City will be back.
They have some good athletes.
Yeah, they always got a couple guys that can hurt you. So I think Coach Lee will have them ready for league. So we'll be looking for Cat City to do something in a couple of weeks here. So moving on to their big time Thursday game that we were all interested in was Serrano at Xavier Prep because Xavier Prep had kind of been rolling through people, and we were kind of, I mean, Xavier Prep got some top line guys, but me and Coach Josh kind of talked about this on the other side of it, is that Serrano's a program, man.
Yeah,
they've been doing it for a long time, man.
Yeah, and they looked very efficient when they were playing.
They look great. So I think the running game, the defense got going. Did you catch any of this game, Coach?
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, they had some success running right up the middle on Xavier. I think some of the linebackers, they had a really good. I think was it his last name Pazos last year was a very good middle backer, and I think they're looking still to kind of
fill his shoes
a little bit. Not that they played bad or anything. They were just playing a really good team that was running right down the A gap, and but they were hitting some receiver screens. I mean, that's a good program. Serrano was well coached, and it was a good game in the beginning a little bit, and then it just kind of got away. And then later in the half, that offense started to click, but it was just a little too late. So.
Right.
I love that our guys are taking chances, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're getting out playing the bigger schools.
Yeah.
I mean, Serrano's a good program.
Very good program.
They got CIF banners in those rafters. Over
you remember Dan Armstrong? It was the hardest league schedule ever. What do you think about that? You learn from playing someone maybe that's not as good as you sometimes. You can work on some of the offense.
Yes.
Trying to get some timing down. And then you also, maybe the defense learns more when you play a tougher team. I always wondered that because I've never put a schedule together and reach out to teams, and I bet there's some type of strategy that's involved in
100%.
Yeah.
Our basketball coach at Horizon taught me about it. He won 13 SAF championships in 14 years. The one he lost was on a 90-foot, full court length shot.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and Zach Jones won 2 back-to-back state championships. Matter of fact, you guys might know a guy.
About that play.
Right?
For the rest of my life. Jeez.
Jared Dudley actually played for him. But what he taught me is when you're doing, let's say you have 10 games and 5 non-league. So you want to take one game that you swing for the fence, where it takes absolutely your best game to win that game, right? Yeah. So for us this year, that would have been Desert Mirage, right? Then you want to take 2 games where it's kind of 50-50.
50-50.
Right?
Yeah.
If we play decent, we have a chance. If not, we could lose, right? Then the other 2 you kind of want to schedule. You never want to say, I'm going to win, but hey, you know what? A little bit lighter load.
So we can work on stuff that maybe, because sometimes you're coaching, it's every play is like you can feel it in your heart. Like, if we don't get this first down, we won't lose the game. You kind of want some freedom to call some stuff that maybe if you don't get it, you can come back to your bread and butter and pick up the first down. And just
for the attrition piece, you're going to get hurt in football.
Yeah.
Guys are going to go down, right?
Absolutely.
So you schedule according to your depth and what you have, but that's usually the general rule out of those 5 games. Swing for the fence once, have 2 moderate, and then you want to try to schedule 2 wins, 2 50-50s, and 1 swing for the fence.
See, that I learned something. That's what we're here for.
That's some great knowledge, man.
Yeah.
I've never had to do a schedule either, but I think I'm going to steal that from you.
That makes sense, man. You want to get some W's, some.
That's right, man. So moving on to our last 2 games here of the week 3. Indio had their home opener. I think we had that wrong last week. Rialto, which was a game that we were kind of excited about, but Rialto came in and actually kind of got the win.
Indio had a chance.
Yeah, 43-12 ends up being the score. Rialto seems to be much improved. I know that program was down for a while, but I was checking out some of their scores. It seems like they're much improved.
They got some dudes when we played.
They always have athletes. They always have
Rialto.
athletes in Rialto. But so they come down, hand Indio a loss. Indio's regrouping. Hopefully they can get it together for league. They only got 3 league games, so there's the silver lining. If you win those 3, you're champion. It doesn't matter what you do in the preseason. So that's got to be the running theme for Indio going forward. Is, hey, let's focus on those last 3, man, because those are the most important. And then lastly, Desert Hot Springs went out on the road to Citrus Hills and lost 10-0, which is a
tight game.
A tight defensive
I
battle.
actually like those games when it's like 6-0, 10-0. It's
right.
defensive game.
Yeah, well, as a defensive coordinator, I don't love those games.
Offense, give me some points.
Give me some ulcers while I'm protecting a one-score lead.
Yeah.
But Desert Hot Springs went on the road, played a pretty tough opponent. Citrus Hills is in Riverside. I mean, they're probably a pretty tough opponent. They hang in there. Couldn't quite get the victory. I think that the same thing with them. They're kind of looking at league, and that's when they're going to make their run. But Desert Hot Springs has already kind of got off to a nice little start, so they're going to kind of repeat the same mold as last year, kind of finish strong and get into those playoffs. So
a couple losses, but to some good teams.
Yeah. So the Golden Eagles, man, they're still right there. They got some good guys.
Golden Eagles, baby.
Good guys up there, I think, and the coaching staff does a great job for them. So that is going to do it for our Week 3 wrap-up. So we're going to preview Week 4 coming up here, but after a word from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success. Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz, Week 3 wrap-up. We're going to go ahead and move on to Week 4. I can't believe it's already Week 4, Coach. It's already halfway through the season. League is coming up. So, Coach Josh, what is your game of the week for Week 4?
It's got to be Shadow Hills, DHS.
Shadow
two
Hills,
Desert teams going heads up. Shadow Hills coming off a loss. DHS coming off a loss. But I think it's going to be a good fight, man.
Good test for both teams.
Shadow Hills got that good offense. They always play good defense. Desert Hot Springs got that spread offense, and I saw them play. They got some good concepts, man. They can move the ball. They just got to sustain that. The drives with maybe a supporting running game. I think it'll be a good game, though.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great game. I think Shadow probably is the favorite coming into that game.
Probably, yeah.
Just because they're in a bigger league, but. You never count out those Golden Eagles, Coach.
Count them out. They're tough.
They're tough, man. Yeah. They got some scrappy kids. They got some good coaching, and like you said, that's why they play the game, right? Yep. That's why they play the game. So that's a good game. A lot of teams this week are on the road, though. So I'm sensing the theme here in Week 4 as I'm looking at the schedule. We'll start with the rest of the games. Thursday night games: Palm Springs at Colton. Palm Springs at Colton. So Palm Springs been on a roll. They're hitting on all cylinders offensively.
Another good test for him.
I got Palm Springs.
You got Palm Springs.
I got Palm Springs.
I mean, 9 straight touchdowns, Coach.
That
week.
offense is rolling right now.
I mean, that offense is rolling. They got a lot of talent. But they are, Colton's a proud program, right? They've been around a long time. Long time. I remember them coming down and playing Indio in the 80s. Yeah. So that's a proud program. It's on the road. That's always a tough one. Rancho Mirage at Ramona, Riverside.
Another matchup they play every year.
Is it? That's another one they play?
Yeah, they played them last year.
So I did some research. So Rancho Mirage, another team rolling right now. Ton of talent. They've got their guys back, and they're looking good. That quarterback's got them on the move as well. So Palm Springs, Rancho, probably the 2 hottest teams in the Valley right now in terms of just rolling and playing well. But I did do my research on Ramona. It's an undefeated team.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
Undefeated team at home. So, I mean, I don't know. The strength of schedule was, they played a lot of teams in Riverside. So, it might be a little bit more of a test than Rancho Mirage maybe had expected here because they seem to be playing pretty well. So
it's non-league, so let's go.
It's non-league. It's Thursday. You got to get on the bus, and get out to Riverside, and you never know what could happen. But I think Rancho Mirage is going to be the favorite in that one as well, just because of just the sheer talent. Sheer talent.
They got a receiver, Darnay Scott. What's the good receiver? Johnson is his last name?
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson, bro. He came to the first showcase, I think it was, and Darnay called me over. He's like, Chris, this kid can play. You talking about an 8-time NFL vet, All-American, and he picked that kid out. And I watched him run route. I was like, who is this kid? When you have someone that talented in high school, if you don't have a DB1, you're going to be in trouble because now you got to roll coverage.
Yeah.
And Palm Springs has a great coaching staff. If you roll coverage, they're going to go backside. So I got Palm Springs.
Sounds like what happened last week.
Well, yeah, and Jeremiah Johnson actually has a couple D1 offers, Coach.
That kid is a real. I'm not surprised. That kid is a real deal.
8. So that's not only Major Hinchins that's getting D1 attention these days, and that's great for the Valley, guys. I mean, that's what we've been fighting for. We've been fighting for that for years because there's always been talent down here. Just not enough exposure. So I think Rancho Mirage, I think you're right though, Coach. They're gonna be favored in that game. But that's why they play them, right?
Yeah.
And they're high school kids. You never know sometimes what you're going to get, as we coaches know.
Yeah.
Best team on game day.
Yeah.
So moving on to Friday's schedule, Palm Desert hits the road against Yucaipa. So Yucaipa coming off a big win here in Shadow Hills. Mm-hmm. Palm Desert's got to go on the road and face them.
Get another crack at Yucaipa, man. We got to have a desert team beat them.
I mean, but Yucaipa is going to be kind of the key for us predicting DEL right now, right? I mean, they're playing 3 DEL teams. I believe they play Palm Springs next.
Gives us a measuring stick.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that might be a barometer that we can kind of, us pundits can look at and say, hey, this is something to look at. Yucaipa's got that potent offense. Palm Desert's got that potent defense. Which one's going to win, right?
Yeah.
Which
defense
wins
championships.
That's it, man. So we're looking at that one. I think that'll be a good game. I would say that's a coin flip kind of game. Mm-hmm. It's like whatever's playing better makes the least amount of mistakes, pulls that one off.
It's going to be a physical game too,
right? And Palm Desert coming off that pretty impressive win over Elsinore. They're gonna have another test this week, so we're looking forward to that. Moving on, the Quinta at Hesperia. This is a Coach Josh special. What do we know about this one?
I don't know a whole lot about Hesperia this year, but in past they've always been really good. Good running game, fast kids. So it's a long trip, right?
Right.
Are
That's
they
a
at
long
Hesperia?
one. They're at Hesperia.
Yeah, it's a long,
on the
long
bus.
trip. Yeah, I've done it before. Not fun, but I'm always going to favor La Quinta. Well, that's where my heart's at.
I did do some research on Hesperia, another undefeated team.
There you go.
Another undefeated, and they played some pretty tough teams.
Yeah, they're good up there. They play good football. Up
there. So it's not going to be a gimme for La Quinta. They're going to have to bring their big boy pants and get off the bus and actually execute to win this game. So another nice little test, but on the road. I think La Quinta has shown that they're pretty consistent though this year, right? They've been running the ball, big play,
run game travels,
travels, and defense travels.
There we go.
I think La Quinta should be able to get this one, but Hesperia's an undefeated team, man. So you never know, right?
That's why we play.
That's it, man. That's why it's fun for us to cover the game here. Moving on to the next one, Coachella Valley at Palo Verde. So Palo Verde is another team that has been playing a bunch of our teams down here. They played last year too,
the year before.
And Palo Verde is not no pushover, man.
No. They I think it's a double wing they play. They get the two tight ends.
They run the heck out of the ball. Yeah.
And you got to put your hand in the dirt, and it's a dog pile every play. So
and they gave Shadow a nice little test.
Yeah,
Shadow only beat them by 2 scores, and it was a pretty close game coming down the stretch.
Too. They got a good coach.
I mean, they won a couple of they won a CIF championship recently.
A few years ago. Yeah, they won. They won state. So
another
got to respect that.
Another test. Another test. But I think if they do, if Coachella Valley gets that offense rolling, I think and traditionally it's been too much for Palo Verde.
Yeah,
but. Coachella Valley might be a little beat up, right? They've lost a couple guys. They've played some pretty big
That's
schools.
What I've heard.
Yeah, they've lost about 3-4 guys. A quarterback came back this week, but it's all high school's all about depth and health.
It's part of the journey. It's part of the game.
So we'll see. Coachella Valley's got not an easy game on the road, so we think they should be the favorites, but who knows? We'll see.
Another good game
come Friday night. Moving on to Friday night, more Friday night games. Western Christian at Indio. Western Christian is a small school, I believe, in the Ontario area.
Yes.
And they're Upland
area.
And I did some research on them. They're also undefeated. Mm-hmm. So Indio doesn't have a easy week 4 matchup as well. This team's been blowing teams out apparently. So it is a smaller school, so that should play into Indio's hands at least on that level. But we'll see how it kind of goes. Indio's going to try and find some positive momentum and
Let's
move
go
forward.
Indio. Let's go.
Man, and Indio's a prideful program. They've been they were one of the best here for a long time in the Valley before.
Yeah.
before all these other schools open up. So we always root for Indio. I think the Rajas get on that winning streak and get this one and kind of prepare for league. So, but they do have a tough test on their hands. Moving on to Cathedral City and Xavier Prep. That's another in-Valley game.
Yeah.
Cathedral City at Xavier Prep. Cathedral City both teams coming off of losses. Xavier Prep, that tough loss to Toronto, and Cathedral City to Yucca.
I give the advantage to Xavier, right?
Xavier, I think, with that top line talent, right, Coach?
They're loaded. Yeah, Xavier's loaded. Unless Cat City has something that we
Yeah.
haven't seen in the last couple weeks. That's a tough challenge.
Got something up their sleeve, maybe.
That's gonna be a nice little challenge for Cat City. I mean, but at this point, I think Cat City just is looking to kind of get to that league schedule and just get healthy for league.
Yeah.
Xavier, I mean, they got some guys, and Xavier's gonna be a little upset because of the last week's performance.
Yes.
Because they were in that game and they probably think they could have did a little couple things and won it, so they're gonna be out to prove something this week. So watch out for Xavier Prep. I think they might light up the scoreboard a little bit on that one, because they're just a little bit upset at how last week went. So, but Cat City will be there to fight. Those kids are tough, and they're gonna come with their A game and give everything they got. So Coach Lee will have them ready. Another game we're looking at is Yucca Valley at Chaffee. So Coach, you saw Yucca Valley. They're going all the way to Pomona to play Chaffee this week. Another old school traditional team, right?
Yeah.
Runs the ball and plays defense. At least they used to. How you thinking that Yucca Valley's going to fare?
I was just super impressed with Yucca, man. Yeah, they do a good job. Their O-line coaches, O-line, D-line coaches, solid.
Yeah.
Very, very solid. So barring any injuries or something like that, I think they should at least be in that game. And again, the run game travels.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
King, shout out to King. He's a good running back for Yucca, man.
Yeah, they got a couple studs up there. That quarterback's pretty good for
that
Yucca
quarterback
as well,
is really
too,
good.
right?
That quarterback can sling it. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean they got some guys up at Yucca, so they got a puncher's chance.
Yes,
always you got offensive weapons, you got a puncher's chance, right? Got a thing. So on the road, always not an easy task, but they got a puncher's chance. Next, we're looking at Rubidoux at 29 Palms. So this will be 29 Palms' third game, playing a traditional Riverside team, Rubidoux, going up there to the high desert. Rubidoux is, I think 29 Palms is probably circled this game, and they're thinking that this might be, I don't know what Rubidoux is looking like, but looking at the rankings, it should be a pretty good game. 29 Palms is looking to get on the winning side, and you play 29 Palms. They got some good guys out there, right?
They're solid. Their left tackle is strong. The center is good. They got some good athletes. They're two inside linebackers, 22 and 21.
Tough kids.
Can fly, man. Can flat out go. Yeah, we had a hard time with our screen game trying to run wide. Those dudes can play. So I think it might be a good week for them to get on the win cycle.
Yeah, for sure. And that we're all rooting for that. We want to see
go 29.
Yeah, let's get that first win. I think you guys are on the right track. Desert Chapel at Nordhoff. I don't know too much about Nordhoff, but I know Desert Chapel's got a couple offensive weapons. They got you guys you know Desert Chapel pretty well, right? They've got some awesome talent on that team.
That quarterback can throw it. He's big, and that receiver is huge. I think he scored 2 or 3 times against Desert Mirage. I saw him against Desert Mirage. I was part of my scout.
Okay.
So they can put points on. They can put points on the board. So it just depends what defense shows up.
They're running 4 receivers,
4 wides, and let them sit back and slant. Quarterback does a good job reading coverage, so you can't sit in the same coverage. You got to mix it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing a little bit. Yeah,
that's good, man. So Desert Chapel is probably just all about depth and
that's what
defense,
it boils down
right?
to. Yes.
If they get a little bit of defensive play, they're going to be
fine.
Yeah, they're well coached out there. I know they're trying to kind of emulate what you guys are doing on that side of the valley. But we're pulling for them. They'll be on the road this week. And then lastly, we got a Saturday game, Desert Mirage, who Coach just saw, against Temecula Prep. So what are you foreseeing in that, Coach?
Temecula Prep got to buckle up.
Really? Oh yeah,
they got to buckle up. Yeah, Desert Mirage, don't let them fool you, man. It's like I said, it was 12-6.
Yeah.
At halftime, they run it well. You have to be able to stop the run, and they can throw it. Number 4, number 7 can go. So yeah, we'll see. Well, I'm always going to go with the Desert, so I'm going with DM.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going with DM all day.
Temecula Prep, DM's going to get that second win.
Yes.
And then lastly, Coach, we got your game of the week, Desert Christian Academy at San Jacinto Valley.
Yes, sir.
How are we shaping out on that? What are you looking for this week in terms of that matchup?
Spread team, another athletic quarterback that can throw it, very similar to Riverside Prep. We have to be able to stay gap sound on the run game because they're not just a passing team, but they do have a pretty advanced passing concept. So I literally was breaking it down before I got here. So again, we'll mix it up. We won't sit in it. We won't sit in the same front. We won't sit in the same. We won't sit in one high like we normally do. We'll mix up some two high. We should be okay. The name of our game is we can get out front and get that offense going. It makes calling defense a lot easier.
Absolutely, man. 2 scores, I'm good as a defensive coordinator.
There we go.
I'm feeling comfortable now. So. Yeah, so that's the weekly preview for week 4. I can't believe we're already in week 4, guys.
Almost bye week.
It's almost league coming up.
Yes.
It goes by fast, guys. It goes by fast. All you players out there realize how fast it goes by because you only get 40 of these things in your career. Then it's over unless you're going to the next level.
Fight for every rep.
Right. So that's gonna do it for us this week, Coach. Thanks for coming in, man.
You've been a
blessing to come in. You're sort of a rising star in this community.
Thank you.
And we all are looking at DCA and looking what you're doing, and we're gonna be supporting you,
rooting for you
any way we can, man. So
thanks so much, you guys.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
So if you guys liked what you saw today, you guys know the routine. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.